Hello everyone, this is EST exam October 2021. This is calculator section part 1. Part 1, 19 problems, and part 2, another 19 problems. Let's get started. Number 1. If f is a linear function with f0 equals half and f negative 3 equals negative 2 over 3, what's the value of f3? Here you have 2 points. The first point, when x equals 0, you have the y equals half. When x equals 0, the y equals half. I got it from here. And also, when x equals negative 3, the y equals negative 3 over 2. This is another point. X equals negative 3, y equals negative 3 over 2. I can use these 2 points to form the equation since it is a linear equation. So first I have to get the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is y2, x2, and this is x1, y1. So it will be negative 3 over 2 minus half over negative 3 minus 0, that is equal to 2 over 3 in the end. This is the slope. Since you have the slope, so you can use the point slope 4, y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This 4, you use it when you know point and slope. You keep the y, and the y1 is negative half, and the slope is 2 over 3. Keep the x, and the x1 is 0. Simplify this formula. It will be y minus half equals 2 over 3 times x, and 2 over 3 times 0 equals nothing. Take the half to the other side. So it will be y equals 2 over 3x plus half. This is the equation. And since you want to get f3 means y when x equals 3. So it will be 2 over 3 times 3 plus half. This 3 cancel the 3, it will be 2 and half. 2 and half means 2.5. So the answer is C. Question number 2. The table below shows the distance Amir walked every day during the first week of April. What's the average arithmetic mean of the data shown in the table? How can you get the average of this data? Add them and divide them by how many they are. They are 8. So if you add them all and divide them by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are 7. So it will be like this: 1, 6, 7, 8 plus 2, 0, 9 plus over 7. So you will get the answer, this number 1793.9, which is number C. This is an easy question. Number 3, if on Thursday, April 8th, Amir walked the same distance he did the second day of April, second day and 8th day, remember. In addition, 20% increase. What's the distance he walked? It means we have to go to the table and try to figure out the distance he walked on the second day of April. It was 2091. Means this 2091, I want to increase it by 20%. 2091, I want to 2091, I want to increase it by 20%. Means you multiply it by 1.20. This is the easiest way to increase it by 20%. You will get 2509.2, which is number B. Number 4, by what approximate percent did Amir increase the distance he walked from April 3rd to April 5th? April 3rd if you look here, April 3rd, this is the April 3rd, and this is the April 5th. You have to get the difference between the two numbers over the original number, which is 1, 2, 4, 5, and then multiply it by 100 to get the increase in percentage. So it will be 2100 minus 1245 over the original, which 1245. That's all times 100. This is April 5th, April 3rd, April 3rd. Means the difference between April 5th and April 3rd over April 3rd times 100. You will get the number 68.6%, which is around 69%. Next question, number 5. What's the vertex form of the function? I want to get the vertex form of this function. Easy. Okay, let's see. First, you have 3 here. Since you have 3, you have to take 3 common factor from the first and the second term. It will be x squared minus 3x plus 1. This is the first step. Take 3 common factor because you shouldn't have to leave 3, stick with the x squared. And then try to complete this square to make it a perfect square. Keep the 3, keep the x squared minus 3x, take space, put the 1. Here I have to get half this number and square it. If you square half of this number, it will be 9 over 4. So put 9 over 4 here, but also you have to put minus 9 over 4. But 9 over 4 should be multiplied by 3 here. It will be 3 times 9 over 4. Why? Because this 9 over 4 multiplied by 3. So you have to also put negative 9 over 4 multiplied by 3 so that this cancels this. I try to complete this to make it a perfect square trinomial. And then you get the square root of this number, a square root of this number, it will be x, and put the sign. Square root of 9 over 4 equals 3 over 2. And then add this together. This will be 27 over 4. And this one, it can be 4 over 4. Okay? So negative 27 over 4 plus 4 over 4 equals negative 23 over 4. If you look at this formula, you will find it here, number A. Okay? Number 6. In a village, 25% of the residents own German Shepherd dogs, 45% own a Swiss Shepherd, 35% do not own a dog. If you look at this number 25 plus 45, this is 70, and 35 equals 105. This is not a perfect ratio. So I think there is something common between here and here. So means this, if you make it a Venn diagram, you will find this is the German Shepherd and this is the Swiss Shepherd dogs. 5% is here, and 20% is here, and 40% is here, and there is 35% here, means 35% of the people, they don't own any dogs. So now it is 100%. How did I get that? Because the sum of this ratio is not 100, it's 105, so there is 5% common here. Okay, let's see the statements and see which is correct. 11% of the residents own both German Shepherd and Swiss Shepherd. That's not correct. It's only 5%. If we select a resident randomly, the probability of him having a Swiss Shepherd, even though he has a German Shepherd, 0.8 means 80%. That's not correct. If we select a resident randomly, the probability of him having a Swiss Shepherd, even though it is he has a German Shepherd, is 5%. This is 5%. This is the only correct one. So the answer here is B, only 3. Number 7, which of the following is equivalent to this expression? This is a long expression. I want to simplify it. Let's simplify it. This is 4m root 3a. It's already simplified. But here, this is 27em squared. This m squared can go outside the root by m. And this 27, by the way, it is 9 times 3. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. So it's 6m root, and this will be kept under the root and also the a. The next one, this 12 can be 4 times 3. The 4, its root is 2. Get it out will be 2m, and the 3 will be kept under the root and the a. So it will be 3a over this number. Since all of them are 3a, 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 so I expect this number is 3 times something. Yes, it's 81 times 3. You can try. So the 81, its root is 9, so it will be 9 root 3. And this a power 5 can be a power 4 times a. The root of a power 4 equals a squared. So here you have a squared. And there is an a under the root. That's good. If you add the numerator, 4m root 3a minus 6m equals negative 2m. Negative 2m plus 2m equals 0. So finally it is 0. Number 8, the sum of two numbers is 119. If the sum of two numbers is 119, so let's consider the first number is x and the second number is 119 minus x. The product of the two numbers is 3,430. The product means if you multiply these two numbers together, you will get 3,430. This is the equation. What's half the greater number? Can you solve this equation to get? Oh, this is quadratic equation. It will be 119x minus x squared minus 3430 equals 0. Rearrange this equation to be negative x squared plus 19x minus 3430 equals 0. And then multiplied by negative 1 all, it will be x squared minus 119x plus 3430 equals 0. This quadratic equation, you can solve it by the calculator. The a equals 1, the b equals negative 19, and the c equals 343. Use mode 53 in the calculator and try to get the variables, which are the x. You have two variables here. X equals either 40 or x equals 70. But what's half the greater number? Means half the 70. Half the 70 equals 35. Question number 9. The resistance R of a resistor is expressed by R equals U over I, with U as the voltage in volts and I is the current in ampere. The linear graph below represents the characteristic current voltage of a resistor. This is volt and this is current. But here you have the current in milliampere. But he mentioned that the rule the current in the rule is in amperes. What's the relation between ampere and milliampere? The ampere is 1000 milliampere. According to the graph, what is the value? It's like the meter and the millimeter. The millimeter is the meter is 1000 millimeter. According to the graph, what's the value of the resistance? We said that the resistance is U over V. Okay, V over U, V over I means the voltage over the current. Means it is the slope of this line. If you look at this line, can you get the slope of this line? This is the voltage over the current. Here the voltage is 16 and the current here is 40 milliampere. 40 milliampere, okay, 40 milliampere, if you want to get it in ampere, it will be 40 divided by 1000, which is 0.04. So if you get the slope, so now the slope is R equals V over I, means 16 over 0.04, and that all will be equal to 400 ohm. This is the resistance, which is A. Number 10, what's the inverse of the function shown in the graph? Where is the function in the graph? There is no function here, but can you write the function now, since you know the slope? Yes. If the line is passing through the origin, there is no y-intercept. So the equation will be, since it's a linear equation, it will be y equals mx only. Since the y representing the voltage, so I can say the voltage equals, the m is the slope, which is 400. And the x representing the current, I. Okay, because R equals V over I. It's a relation between the voltage and the current. Now this is the function. I want to get the inverse of this function. Remember how to get the inverse function? Change the V to be I and change the I to be V. Keep the 400 and then try to rearrange the equation to get the V in terms of I. If you want to get the V in terms of I, you have to divide by 400 here and 400 there. So the V will be equals 1 over 400 I, or it is I over 400. I over 400. Yes, it is number B. Question number 11. The scatter plot above shows how many boys there are in two different villages, and the change in the numbers since year 2011. Means this year is 2011. So this will be 2012, 2013, and so on. The cube curve, where is the cube curve? This one, the red one, of best fit represents the number of boys in village A. So this is village A, and has an equation so and so. The line of best fit representing the number of boys in village B, which is the blue one. This is representing village B with equation so and so. At which date did the two villages have approximately the same number of boys? Oh, look at this point. This has a blue and red. Be careful, it's blue and red. This is the point which is common between the two curves. Because it's red, so it is from the village A, and because it's blue, it is also representing village B. This is in 2013. So in the year 2013, the number of boys in the two villages are the same. Number 12 refers to the same problem, the same graph. What's the closest difference between the actual numbers of boys in village B and the number which can be predicted from the line of best fit in 2014? And village B, 2014, this is 2014. Oh, means I want to get the difference between the line of best fit of village B, which is the blue line, and the blue point. Look, this distance approximately is, if you look here at this scale, 2400, 2600 means 2500 means this is 100, and this is half of the distance means 50 something, means half the 100 from here to here. This is the predicted line, which is the line of best fit, and this is the actual point of village B on 2014. So it is 50 something. Yes, it's 53. Again, what's the closest difference between the actual number of boys in village B and the number which can be predicted from the line of best fit? Actual means the separate point, and the predicted means the line of best fit. A bag contains 3 green balls, 5 red, and 8 blue balls, and 4 yellow. The total of this number is around 20. 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 4 is 20. Okay. What's the value of the square of the probability? The value of the square of the probability of choosing a yellow or red. Or means plus. Yellow or red. The yellow, what's the probability of choosing yellow? The probability of choosing yellow is 4 over 20. And the red is 5 over 20. So the total is 9 over 20. And we want to get the square of this probability, means 81 over 400, which is in decimal 0.2025. 14. Branda went to the mall on sale day and bought all the items shown in the table below if all the items were on 35% sale, except for socks, which were on 15% sale. How much would she pay if she bought the items on non-sale day? Means she already bought these items on a sale day. So this is the prices after the discount. 35% discount for all items except the socks, 15% discount. If she bought these items in non-sale day, okay, so I have to get the original of these prices. To get the original, if you know the selling price, you can consider the following. This is before and this is after. The discount is 35%. 35% discount. So if you consider this is 100, take away 35, it will be 65. Okay. Now I know the price, which is 25.6 after the discount. I want to get the original. So you cross multiply, means you multiply 100 times 25.6 divided by 6.65. Means it will be like this: 25.6 times 100 divided by 65. And that you will do it with all items. Means you multiply this by 100 over 65, and this also, and so on. Except this. What about this? This is 15%. Means before was 100, and then after discounting 15%, it will be 85%. That means you multiply this by 100 over 85. So it's better to add all this and multiply it by 25.6 plus 35.25 plus 50.22 plus 71.21, and then multiply it all by 100 over 65 plus the only item, which is 11.44 multiplied by 100 over 85. If you do that, you will get an answer of, this is okay, if you do it, you will get the answer of 293.85, 293, which is number D. Okay. This was number 14. Number 15. Number 15 and 16. Okay. Intensity is the measure of the energy transmitted by a wave. Usually it depends on the strength and the amplitude of the wave. And its unit is watts per square meter. Look at this. The formula of intensity is given by I equals P over A, where P is the power in watts and A is the area of the cross section in square meter. Okay, what's the formula for the radius R of the circular surface of I and P? This formula, I intensity equals P power over A cross section. Since the cross section is circular, so the area is pi r squared. Okay, now this is the formula. But I want to start the formula with R. So this formula, which is in this form now, I want to get started with R. I need to rearrange it. If you cross multiply, so the pi r squared equals P times 1 over I. And then divide by pi, so the r squared equals B over I pi. And then get the square root, so the r equals the square root of B over I B by I, which is the last one. Yes, it is the last one, number D. Okay. 16, also in the same problem. Which of the following cannot be the value of the radius of the circular surface if the intensity of the light incident to the normal to the surface from the surface is 110 watt power, means the power is 110 of light, is greater than, means the intensity greater than 1.2 times 10 power 4 watt per meter square. Again, the question is saying if the power is 110 and the intensity 1.2 greater than 1.2 times 10 power 4. Okay, but what in meter square? Let's go back to the rule. The rule is saying that the R equals P over I times pi, or pi times I. Okay, I means representing the intensity. So I want to get the which cannot be the value of the radius. Now I want to get the radius. So replace the P by 100 watt. And pi is 3.14 times the I. The I should be 1.2 times 10 power 4. But this is watt in meter square. But if you go back to the rule, he's saying that the intensity is given by watt and meter square. Okay. watt per meter squared. Okay, so I have to divide here this rule by 10 power 4. Why? Because the answer in centimeter, look, the answer in centimeter. And to change from meter square to centimeter, or you have to divide by 100 times 100, which is 100 square. 100 square means 10 by 4, 10 power 4. So you cancel this with this and then get the number. So now it is 5.45, 5.40. The 5.40, we say that cannot be greater. Cannot be greater means this is the only greater number than 5.40, 5.45. This is number 16. Number 17, using the figure below, what's the value of y? I want to get the value of y. So I have some angles here. The first relation is saying that this angle is exterior angle, which is the sum of the two other interior angles. So the 3x minus 10 is equal to this and this, the sum of these two angles, which is x plus 8 plus 100. If you solve this equation, you can get the x. But you want to get the y, not the x. But let's see how can you get the x. So it will be 3x minus x equals 8 plus 100 plus 10. So 2x equals 118. So the x equals 59. Now I got the x. There is a relation between these two angles also. The sum is 180. So the 2y plus 20 plus 3x minus 10 equals 180. Since the x equals 59, so the 2y plus 20 plus 3 times 59 minus 10 equals 180. Shift solve by the calculator, so you can get y equals negative 35. 3.5, sorry, 3.5, which is this one. This is number 17. We still have two problems in part 1. Number 18. Given that 3 points A, B, G, J lie on the same line, what's the value of H? Since the 3 points lie on the same line, so they have the same, and since the slope of the line is the same, whatever points you use, so I can use this fact to get the value of H. If we get the slope using the first 2 points, it will be negative 2 minus 5, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 9 minus 2. It's the same slope if you get it by the first and the last point, which is h minus 5 over 4 minus 2. So this will be negative 2 minus, it will be negative 7 over 7 equals h minus 5 over 2. The negative 7 over 7 equals negative 1. Cross multiply, so the h minus 5 equals negative 2, so the h equals 3. If you take the negative 5 to the other side, it will be 3, h equals 3. 19. Which of the following system has infinite number of solutions? Infinite number of solutions. Okay, the infinite number of solutions, it happens in case that the equation of both equations are the same, but one of them is multiplied by a factor, means a number. That means you need to arrange the equations and compare between x, y, and c in all equations. If you look at this equation, it will be 2x minus 2y equals 4, and the other one, if you rearrange it, get x to the other side, it will be x plus y equals negative 2. You can discover that this number this equation is multiplied by -2, by -2, by -2, all of them multiplied by -2. So it's the same equation, but multiplied by -2. That means it is the same line. It is the same line. Since it is the same line, so it has many solutions, infinite number of solutions. So the answer is D. Again, the two equations are have many solutions, or not infinite number of solutions. If they are the same, means if you simplify one of them, you will get the other one. Means the first equation, if you divide it by 2, by -2, you will get the second one. This is the end of our exam, and